Hey everyone, so we're going to do a new video today. We're going to open up a cooking series on my channel. Still haven't quite figured out how to shoot this or how to record this, so I'm going to be fumbling along and trying to do the best that I can. Now, as far as cooking experience, I finished high school cooking classes. That's about all I've ever done. But I cook for myself now, whereas before in my 20s, when I went out a lot, I spent pretty much everything on eating out. So I want to save some money and I want to put it to something more useful. So eating high quality food at home is always a lot better than eating, varied food. When you go out there, you don't know what you're getting. Sometimes good, sometimes not so good. I'm washing the rice very thoroughly for my beef stir fry today. I'm going to have rice on the side with beef stir fry. In there I've got Japanese white rice, Korean black rice, and a little bit of Australian brown rice. I'm going to put it in a cast iron enamel pot and I'm going to cook it there. Reducing microplastics. My channel is all about, reducing plastics and living as healthy as I possibly can try to live. I put about 1.5 cups of water to about a cup of rice. That's kind of roughly what it is. I usually wing it, and the recipe is 5 minutes on really high heat until it steams, then about 10 minutes on low heat, and then 15 minutes you turn off the heat and you leave it for 15 minutes. But it depends on the rice that you have in there, and depends on your cooking arrangement too. So this is the prep. This is what I have. It's just a bit of steak, some veggies, and I'm going to pan fry them today. Now I've a little bit over prepared with these, and I think I'm not going to be able to use all of it in the frying pan. Now, with any type of cooking, when you're starting, you have to season. If you're doing meat, you have to season the meat before you put it into cook. Because once you season it, when you go to a restaurant, they have a salt and pepper shaker. I really hate that. If everything's seasoned right, then it should taste good. There's no need for extra seasoning or putting anything on your food, which is what we're trying to do today. We're keeping it simple: parsley, oregano from the garden. My mom's given me some nice oregano, so I'm going to use it. Some chili, some salt, and some pepper. You can just get away with salt and pepper. With a lot of these recipes, you can just do the bare minimum, so you don't have to worry. And I really hope that some students pick this up, like some uni students or something, pick up my channel and just go through this no frills, nothing fancy, nothing flashy, just simple cooking on here, and then just learn as well. So I wish I had known this in my 20s. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the pan really, really hot. As hot as I can get it. I'm going to put in some oil, and once the oil begins steaming, like properly steaming, and the color changes a little bit, then I'm going to put my pan fry in there. You need the pan really, really hot for like a stir fry, otherwise it's going to be horribly miserable. So you might notice in the back I'm using like a metallic kettle, and I'm using also that stove. Now my frying pan is not a Teflon, it's some type of hex something. I'm going to put it in the description of this video. It's going to be below, but it's supposed to be a healthy alternative. Again, when a Teflon scratches, apparently that releases into your food or something, and it's not healthy. So I'm just not taking the risk, and I'm trying to do things as healthy as possible with my home cooking. Again, it's good because you know what's in your food when you're cooking, right? And it impresses the ladies too. So for you guys who are looking for an edge, this really helps. A woman's heart is earned through the stomach. I think that's #1 rule. Anyway, meat's ready to go. We're getting some good steam, and what I'm gonna do here is so I'm gonna separate the meat so it's not touching. If you separate the meat when you're stir frying, it's not going to boil. You don't want that boiling effect, otherwise you're gonna have really chewy meat. It's gonna be super disgusting. So make sure you season the meat before you put it in there. Make sure it's on a high heat, and make sure the meat isn't touching, or do the best that you can. I've got a 24 centimeter pan, so mine's a little bit small. It's good to have a bigger pan, but they take up longer to heat up as well. So there's gives and takes with everything, including the oil that you use. I mostly use olive oil for like 90% of my cooking, but different oils have different cooking temperatures that allow you to do different things. So probably for deep frying, you wouldn't be using olive oil. You'd be using like sunflower oil or vegetable oil or something different. What else can I talk about? So I've been cooking ever since I was quite young, but when you're in your 20s, you usually don't have time to do a lot of cooking. One of my friends, Zaya, he suggested that I buy a cast iron ceramic pot and just cook everything in there. And it's the best advice that I got in my 20s, just buying one cast iron ceramic pot, and you can do like super delicious and healthy meals, soups and all these like different stir fries and whatever. And you know, for a good amount of money, you can save a lot and you can spend it on other things, you know. What I'm trying to do here now is I'm rotating the meat, just making sure I'm getting an even sort of browning on every side, and just trying to separate it as best as I can. You know, nothing is perfect. I'm listening to the sizzle sound and I want to hear more of it. The more it's sizzling, the more I know that the water is coming out. If the sizzling sound stops, we're kind of in trouble. And next I'm going to put some veggies on top. I'll put the mushrooms first because I want the water to come out of those and for them to absorb the beef flavor. And I'll put the onion as well, because onion, it needs a little bit of time. You know, onion is an important ingredient that has a lot of flavor, but it needs a little bit more time in the pan. So you don't want to put that one late, you want to put it early. Whereas garlic is the opposite. You want to put garlic just a little bit later because it burns if you put it too early. So that's something to note. I'm putting the carrots. I could have probably cut them a little bit thinner, but it is what it is. And I'm flicking the pan a little bit, getting the ingredients to move around. You can use a spoon if you want to agitate, that's fine. I've just kind of gotten used to that. You just put the ingredients to the very edge of the pan and you flip it gently. And once you get used to it, you'll do it a lot. Now, usually at this point, I put some Asian sauces like soy sauce and other things, but unfortunately I ran out, so I'm just going to season it with salt. I've got some kind of interesting ingredients there. I wish I had some olives. I've got some bok choy or whatever it is. And I've got some sun-dried tomatoes. Sun-dried tomatoes come in a jar. They're really, really delicious. I dare you guys to put them on pizza and other things. Really nice, beautiful. It's like a secret ingredient. Often people ask me, like, what is that? And I'm like, it's special. What do you think it is? And they can't quite work it out. It's sun-dried tomato. So it tastes really, really good. What else can I talk about? So cooking is sort of like a daily discipline thing. So if you do it every day, you get better at it. If you don't do it, you get worse. But one thing I noticed with takeaway food is when you order something, you finish it and then you're hungry again, and then you order the dessert and then you order something else afterwards, and you don't know what they're putting in there. Usually it's got a lot of like calories, a lot of sugars, a lot of things that shouldn't be in there. And you know, you should rely on your own cooking. And especially I notice people now I'm in my 30s, and I notice people in their like late 30s are already getting really fat. They're getting like double chins and all these like horrible things. So I really don't want to go down that route. So I'm doing kendo, iaido, I'm swimming, and I'm cooking, and I've lost a lot of weight. Actually, I used to be a little bit over. I used to be 110 kilos. Now I'm pretty tall, so it's not too bad. But now I'm 99 and going down. I want to reach about 95. So yeah, you know, cooking at home definitely helps. It's a great way to get full nutrition, so you don't feel hungry, and further, you know, you're getting high quality food for a lot better price. Actually, prices in Sydney, especially with food, when you're going out now, restaurants, I know my friend told me for $15 you can get a full meal in Japan. In Sydney, you're looking at $50, so that's over 3 times the price, you know, so that's huge. My rice is now ready at this point as well, and I'm going to see if I can plate everything. So you guys are going to see me do a bit of a mishap here at this point. It's not quite coming out the way it's supposed to, but I suppose that's alright. You know, on YouTube there's a lot of very, very perfect YouTube videos. Like, people are so good at filming these things. I just wanted to create a no frills sort of like honest series. You know, this is what cooking looks like, you know, and it tastes really good at the end, and this is how it is. And I'm evolving as well. I'm learning new recipes. You know, every day I want to do something different and try something different. So now it's getting quite hot in Australia, so I want to sort of stir-fried, sort of warm food. Whereas in winter I like soups and other things, so yeah, it changes. But hopefully we can evolve and we can add more things on this channel. I've been meaning to do it, but it just kind of hasn't been coming out. So, oh, my wooden spoon just fell. I'm going to wash it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the wet spoon to scoop out the rice. I'm going to put it in a little bowl, and then I have like a rice side dish. Now, if you have some rice left over, not burnt rice you can't really do anything with it, but if you have a little bit of like leftover rice in your style cooking pot, you can just put a little bit of water, wait about 10 minutes, and then the rice will drop off, and then just on low heat with some sugar, you can turn it into like a Vietnamese dessert similar to like chè or something, or you know, the Japanese use a lot of rice for their desserts, you know. And one thing you should never do is waste rice. So rice is very sacred in Asian culture, especially Japanese. So itadakimasu, you know, thank you for the food, and the whole process that's gone into, you know, you receiving the food. And rice is really important as well. You don't get big portions in Japanese meals, so you're expected to finish it. If you get a lot of rice, then, you know, even Japanese people will be angry. They'll be like, that's too much rice, so I won't be able to finish it. Then I'll waste it. It's a bad thing. So something to keep in mind. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can put it on my plate now. You guys will get to see that, and I'll show you my meal. If you guys have any comments about how I should film this or talk about it or whatever, leave it down below. But here is my first video in the series. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll show you guys my meal. This is what I had today. So let's see if I can... Yeah, there you go. It's not too bad. Thanks for watching.